Another episode. My name is Nikkei Roach, and I love to interview interactive professionals in the health and wellness space, specifically massage therapy, be they educators or their marketers, sharing their insights, their wisdom, and some of their trials and errors to building successful practices, surviving in very trying times, and also being able to share their gifts, their values, and their businesses with other massage therapists or other holistic practitioners around the world or around the corner. And today is no exception. We've had one of our guests before, actually quite a few times, Ashley Urquhart, who I pronounce her name always jacked up.
Yeah.
And she's no stranger to many of you, as she's works out in Apex, North Carolina, building her brand and MT Banquets. Thank you very much. I almost lost that one. And a newbie, not really a newbie, a professional who is an experienced massage therapist, but nowadays helping other massage therapists to launch their brand, to expand their enterprise, and to be able to survive in the business space. None other than the well-known, well-respected Gael Wood.
Thank you so much.
Well, we're going to dive right in. So actually, we already know a lot about you. So we're going to kind of sort of jump past you, if you don't mind. And I'm going to let Gael, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you end up in the massage therapy space, and just a little snapshot of what you're up to now?
Yeah, so I've been in the massage and skincare industry for just about 25 years. I started doing massage when I was 19 years old.
So that was last week?
That was 25 years ago. You can do the math on that one. So I did massage hands-on for about 20 years, and then I really wanted to do some different things. I wanted to share what I had learned in that time with other therapists, going to different places where I was working. I was like, oh, I just wish these therapists knew how to rebook their clients or knew how to market themselves a little bit better. So I started writing some ebooks and getting some classes together, which I thought would just be a part-time thing in addition to my massage business. But it really grew, and I saw the opportunity to live the laptop lifestyle and decided to give that a try. It's not quite as glamorous as it seems because I have a family, so it's pretty much in my house lifestyle.
Same here. You're fine.
So it's the laptop life plus family life plus everything else plus. So the laptop goes with the family.
Yes, and it means really that you just work, 7 days a week, no matter where you are.
It's like, oh God, I remember when I had a job and I only worked 5 days a week. Oh yeah, I work 7 days a week now. Okay, did I miss a memo? All righty. So we're going to let Ashley tell us a little bit about who she is, what she's been building and what you've been up to since yesterday.
Oh man. Okay, so my name is Ashley Urquhart. I've been a licensed massage therapist for 12 years. I actually went to massage school in Dallas, Texas, but I currently live in North Carolina. And I am a massage educator. I teach intraoral TMJ massage to other massage therapists who need to renew their license at the end of the year. So it's what you call a CE provider. And I also have been building this project. Well, I wouldn't say a project, but is a banquet for wellness professionals and massage therapists to all come together and just kind of connect. And I grant awards to those who are eligible in these categories that we have selected. And also, I really think that the massage community and other wellness professionals need to come together because our mental health is, sometimes could be on the line. And that was one of the things that I wanted to raise money for. And I raised money for suicide prevention in wellness professionals. And I just kind of asked the massage community, like, how are you feeling today? Like, and they would just send me reports that they were feeling unappreciated, undervalued. And I lost some friends from suicide. So that's why I am pushing this project.
Wow. I didn't even know that about it. And I thought I knew everything from our previous interviews and long chats
Yeah, but I
over.
ain't gonna give you everything.
I
It's
mean,
just like when you
really, just
massage
letting it all
somebody,
out. Why
you
not?
don't give all your tricks in the
Just
bag.
go ahead, a little bit of
Yeah.
therapy while we're there. Okay. Now, Gail, I'm going to ask you a question, and then it's going to be it's like, what do you love about massage therapy when you were practicing as a full-time massage therapist, and what you really hated about it? And you can be honest. We don't, we're not going to judge you here.
Well, I love the clients, and I also hated some of the clients. So, I loved helping people. I loved at the end of the day, it's such a great job because people basically tell you how amazing you are all day. You're making them feel great. You occasionally get those hard to please clients. Some of the aspects of running a business can definitely get stressful. So I would say my least favorite part of my career is probably managing a lot of employees. At one time I had 8 to 10 employees on top of my full client load. And that felt pretty overwhelming at that time. So I had to make some changes there.
Yeah, a little time to step away. Know what that feels like. Okay, so now, Ashley, we're going to ask you the same thing. You got to bring it in.
Okay. Now it froze up on me. So what was the question?
The question is, what do you love, or when you're practicing, or if you're practicing, about massage therapy, and what you really hate about it? What drives you nuts? Like, oh my God, I'm gonna strangle somebody next week if they do this one more time.
Well, I would say the really big sweaty guys. I don't know. The people who don't take showers. I don't know. I mean, I really love massage and just calming the spirit and everything down. And then they just kind of walk away feeling like, man, I could just hug you. Are you married? Or do you have, like they just ask you
Really?
these things. They were like, okay, I'm glad I could serve you. Oh yeah. You never had that before?
No, because my wife is usually in the next room, so they kind of know that already. It's like,
I mean, they're just playing. They were like, oh,
okay.
you know.
But I can get that. I can get that.
But just I guess the sweaty people who don't take about it, or people who just relate.
I'm gonna go with that. I don't like people to be late. That's my little pet peeve. It just drives me nuts. Like, dude, seriously? Okay. Telephones I can deal with, but being late, it sort of runs into the next person, and then you have to juggle just trying to make it happen. So it's sometimes, but that's it. Okay, so Gail, I want to ask you like a professional question. As a massage therapist, educator, and a marketer, and helping other massage therapists, what do you feel is the number one mistake that massage business owners, or even massage business marketers, people who market directly to other massage therapists, what do you see as that mistake that they make that you can easily fix?
I think that they get too focused on one type of marketing, and you definitely need to cover your bases and diversify. So, do some in-person events. Make sure you're getting out there in person. Make sure your website is, being found by the people that need to find it. Make sure that when they get there, the information is there. Do your social media, but I see so many people focused on social media, and they may not have these other avenues working for them. I'm still a fan of print marketing. When I go around my town, if I see a brochure in the coffee shop, I grab it because I'm like, oh, I didn't know somebody in town did that. So I just think cover your bases, and that way, if your social media isn't working real well for a few weeks, you've got other things out there that are working for you.
Gotcha. Now, are there some basics people? That's the second part of that. Are there some basic things that massage therapists should be doing? Just kind of, and you covered a broad stroke there, but are there some like I don't really know where I should start first. I'm on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. You know, should they be there, or what's just the basics? If somebody's like, I don't even know how to market, all I went to school for was to learn this particular technique, and they kind of brushed over the old marketing part.
Yeah, which most schools do. I mean, there's only so many hours. So I would say the most basic thing you can do is figure out who you want to work with and where those people are.
I'm only laughing because it took me years to figure that one out.
Oh yeah, yes.
Everybody's
yes.
not your client. It took me a long time to figure that out too. And then, like, I don't want to work with giant athletic guys. I want to work with ladies that want massages and facials. So really get clear on who you want to work with. There are enough of those people that you don't have to work on a bunch of people that you don't love working with. Once you know who they are, you figure out where they are, and then you market directly to them. You can, cross promote with the businesses that they're already going to. So you can get a lot more specific once you know who it is that you want to work with.
I think you just like laid the foundation that I think every massage therapist need to understand. And it was just that quick and just that basic. Find out who you want to work with, and then find out where they hang out. I think that's it. So you just find out where they are. That's cool.
And
now,
massage is a local business, so you can only go so far.
True.
So yeah.
Find out where they hang out.
Do you think going to like a massage school is like the best place to get like the newbies to so you could help them with their business, because a lot of newbies don't know a lot about business, and they just come in there trying to do a massage and and leave, do their internship and go, because that's what I did. Was I didn't know anything about business. I was an 18-year-old and I just wanted a boyfriend. I wanted to have this career, but I didn't know how to market, so yeah.
I didn't either. And I had two times I tried, and then I would go work back for somebody else. So that's when I just was like, all right, I've got to learn this stuff.
So, I wanted to segue into Ashley with regard to what you do specifically to highlight massage therapists in a profession, and that oftentimes gets overlooked. Is my good friend Sister Vicky, who practices Virginia Beach. She said, we're in the profession of people hang on to dark. The greater part of our profession is in the dark. And I was like, what are you talking about? She said, think about it. Dimly lit rooms, with relaxing music. That's pretty much the massage therapy practice. But we don't always go back and look at some of the things that when we, other than reading in magazines, and Gail, we'll draw back on that one too. But Ashley, how are some of the things that you've seen other businesses do to highlight professions that you're now doing with your banquet company?
Now, for my trial and errors, I was just overworking myself, in the habit of just doing in that dark room, massaging flesh. And I just needed like a break. I just had an aha moment. And it's just like, I want to do this. I want to help my client, but I feel like if I'm suffering, I know someone else is going through the same thing. So it's just, I need a break. And I know I'm getting older. I have kids, and it's just like, I need to connect with the community, and I was not being connected. And a lot of people are like forced into the massage industry because it's like, I need a paycheck, and if I don't work, I don't get paid. So they're constantly in the room, but it's like, okay, you need to take a break, and a lot of people are not taking a break, and then they quit. And when I talk to like my friends or people I went to school with, they're not doing massage. Why not? Is because they were I would say they put on that overload, they were just overworking themselves. And it's like, is this what massage really is? And some people don't want to own their own business, and but the thing is, we need to just kind of step back, connect with others. We do need to learn from others. And when you do connect, you do make more money, honestly. And we do need to take care of our mental health. Um, and a lot of people aren't doing that. As a wellness provider, you do more than the average person because you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. And the thing is, a lot of people, you have 5 different self-care, tips, and socialization is very important to have, and that's part of self-care. And a lot of therapists are not doing that type of self-care. And I want to draw those people and say, hey, we have blah, blah, blah to help you. So you can take care of yourself in a physically, but you got to do it psychologically and all these other things. But massage therapists are just used to doing the same old, same old.
And I'm glad you highlighted that because, oftentimes, especially as professionals, and I think we've talked about this, that we are quasi psychotherapists. No, we're not licensed, trained psychotherapists or in that profession, but people do unload on us, as massage therapists. They do tell us their deep, dark secrets. I swear. Yeah, I'm like, wow, really? Did you really just tell me that? You were doing what? I'm like, thank God I have a confidentiality term that I don't say anything outside the treatment room because, man, I got to put some people in jail. But but when people like psychotherapists, they have to unload to somebody else, and unless we are also guilty of doing this, not getting self-care, either physical or mental. And then we now build up and then we start, becoming, just basket cases. So, which I suspect that our profession is like littered with people who have some very serious mental health issues that need to be addressed. And I'm glad you're bringing that and you're saying, okay, you cannot take this all in all the time and expect it to just dissipate on its own. You have to take some care. So I'm glad you're doing that. Now, on another type, and this is more on you, Gail, because I've noticed that you also provide a number of different things, but how would a person, and I've seen this, how would a person get to become, say, a professional, writer in magazines and being recognized in that environment like you've done? Because there's some people who want to go and write in, massage magazines or, write for some of the leading publications in the subject of wellness care. How would somebody go about doing that?
Yeah, well, I started with a blog and I just started thinking of different topics I could share about and talk about. And I wrote my blog. And I did that for over about a year, maybe 2 years. And I just reached out to Massage Magazine and asked if I could write a guest post. And they got right back to me and said, actually, you can write an article for our print magazine, because they went and looked at my blog and she said, we like your stuff. So, yeah, so you don't have to have any place to put your stuff. You can just put it out there yourself. And I always say, don't wait for opportunities to come find you. Go out there and get them. Ask people if you can do a guest post, if you can do an interview, and just keep putting yourself out there.
Keep rocking. Wow.
And that's for anything, for any business or anything that you want.
I think there's a lot of people who would love to do that, to kind of take their profession a little bit, outside of the realm of just, massage therapy, actually hands-on the patient or the clients. They want to go ahead and take their experience, because a lot of times in our case, there's a lot of stuff in between these ears that we can share. And in many cases, we can sell to other people because it solves their problem. So,
yeah, and I think it's a real natural progression, like Ashley, you get so much experience and you get really good at something. You want to be able to help other people do that. And then they go out and help other people. And so.
Excellent. Now, before I forget, and I do this sometime, can you both tell people how to get in contact with you, to start the process, to get them or to get you to help them solve some of their problems, be there they don't feel appreciated, or They just need a creative space to go into, or a number of different things, because who knows where this might develop. So Ashley, why don't you go first?
Oh, yes. So you can follow MT Banquets on Facebook or IG. I have my website is www.mtbanquets with an S at the end.com. And if you need classes for TMJ, it's www.ashleyurquhart, URQUHART.com, my first and last name. And if we have events posted for North Carolina and Texas, in between there, we're going to do some workshops just to make sure that we stay on the ball with our mental health. And yeah, so we're always posting on there.
Cool. Thank you. And before I let you go, say, Gail, assuming that I spell like a second grader, can you spell MT Banquets for me?
Me?
No, I'm asking Ashley, because she always says MT Banquets, assuming I spell like a 2-year-old. I'm like, no, you cannot put a word in there where it's not very common, okay? Like banquet, okay?
Okay.
Spell that out.
So, all right, MTBANQUETS.com.
Thank you. Totally awesome. All right.
That was a pop quiz on spelling.
Oh yeah. Like, how do you spell banquet? Oh my God, I forgot my own URL. Okay. All right, Gail, it is your turn. How would people get in contact with you, to help them market their business, or to learn, how to be able to go and possibly work directly with you, or, be mentored by you if they want to launch a marketing business to help out the massage therapist or people in the skincare?
Yeah, so like Ashley, I also have 2 websites. So I have massageandspa-success.com, and that is where my business courses are, my done-for-you marketing content, basically anything for a practicing massage or spa therapist would be there. And then on my other website, Elevate with Gail, I have a business mastermind for therapists that are ready to take the next step and start adding additional streams of income, get into teaching. And that's also where I'm doing some life coaching and different types of things. So if you come over there, you can grab my new book, Designing Your Dream Life workbook. And so that's a good way to kind of get introduced to the kind of stuff that I do.
Awesome. So I'm going to have a follow-up, because you said done for you. Give me an example of a simple done for you that frustrates the bejesus out of most massage therapists because they hate doing it.
Oh gosh, writing a newsletter article.
See, I told you.
If you buy my marketing package, you get 75 blog posts that you can edit and put on your website as if you wrote them. Put your name on them.
I think you're probably going to get some customers over that one, because like, God, I don't want to do that. It's like, God, I don't want to do that.
Well, and that's really like, if you're getting a newsletter together and you're like, oh, but I have to sit down for 2 hours and try to write this article, that's going to stop you in your tracks. But if you can just edit mine, that might take 10 minutes. So outsource, be smarter and get back to your life, because we're all, not only are we, business owners, we're also parents too. So you gotta outsource some things, and maybe there's somebody else like you, or somebody else you can say, hey, I need somebody, because I have somebody who needs to learn the fundamentals of massaging the intraoral, or something like this. Like, yeah, I can go ahead and learn for the next 2 years of how to do this. So I can say, I know somebody in Apex. As a matter of fact, actually, I did send somebody your way, because they're like, I would like to learn how to do this. How would I learn how to do this? I said, that's not my specialty, but I know a specialist in this state. It's only about an hour and some change, around Raleigh. Go.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Just like that, I was like, don't ask me, because I'm not going to learn it for you. Go to the professional. So, and I think that's code for a lot of us, because we sometimes want to take it on and say, well, I can do everything. Well, I can build a website. I can write a newsletter. Well, I can do this, why?
Because you can doesn't mean you should.
Absolutely. And if somebody else can do it better because they've gone down that road and already have the arrows in their backs, like Ashley, and like Gail, who I'm sure they have a few arrows to show that, hey, I went down that road. If they can do it and they could show you how to tweak it and modify it, and you pay them, keyword, pay them.
Yes.
Don't ask for freebies. Don't ever ask for a freebie from a professional. Pay them. That's the takeaway.
Especially
All right.
Gail, she's the legend.
The legend. Go on.
She's the OG.
See, you said OG. You made it seem like we're all old now, right?
No. You just got really good experience, and she's everywhere. So
I've noticed that. And so I'm like, wow. And right here in the Carolinas, I tell you, we got some powerhouses in this region.
know.
I'm like, what the heck? Why am I missing? I've been hanging around Winston-Salem. I'm like, I gotta leave this region because we need to go somewhere else. Okay, because they're like some powerhouses in the massage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, wow. Yeah, we and not only that, we're developing powerhouses, and I think that's the key. Over in Asheville and in the Apex area, the Raleigh area, the Durham area, the Charlotte area, there are some powerful practitioners and teachers and mentors, that help you. So if you come to North Carolina and you got a car, drive to the different parts of the region. So any last minute things either one of you want to share to help the massage therapist, that you figure, let me give you this one nugget, and hopefully, even if we don't see each other in the future, let me give this to you for free. Go with Gail, since you're holding your breath.
I hope you come to the banquet on September 4th, because I would like to meet everybody, and I think it's going to be a really good time. I'm very much looking forward to it. And then the other one is, it's being an entrepreneur is not always easy, but I have found over the years that it's worth it. And, keep going, because sometimes you're this close and it feels like you're never going to get there, and you will have those breakthroughs. So
thank you. Ashley?
Oh, you stole my answer, Gail.
She's like, big ups, already did it.
Yes, I hope that everyone comes to this banquet, the red carpet event. Yes, Gail's going to be there. Nikkei is going to be there doing interviews. And yes, we're going to have a couple of speakers. Terrence Boner is going to be a speaker. Desiree Sawyer is going to be a speaker. And we just want to celebrate and honor, the wellness profession, because, we're doing it, So I do want to congratulate everybody who's in the wellness and healthcare too industry, and keep going. Honestly, Gail stole my whole answer, but make sure you keep going, because it is worth it at the end.
It is.
Great minds.
Oh yeah, they feel like, yeah.
It's like you were going, you had something. Gail's like, I'm gonna go ahead and make a plug for Ashley. Cool. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, both of you, for taking time. I'm sure is a busy schedule, both professionally and privately, and being able to help healthcare professionals, skincare professionals, or other health and wellness professionals evolve and to build their practice as big as they want to, or as focused as they want to. So thank you both for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for having us.
You're welcome.